John, the vibe seems really good in there. How's everyone feeling towards
Yeah, I think part of that vibe is just being able to be back in Perth for the week and get some consistent practice. And then, we just got a little continuity with our roster now over the last couple of weeks and games. So it's encouraging with what we see.
How you feeling? How's David Junior fitting in?
Yeah, Duke has done a great job. Unfortunate for him, hitting the road immediately, I think, was actually a good thing. So he was around the group. He got to watch a game before he played in a game, so I think there was some advantage to that. And then this week he's been very productive in practice.
How aware of Bryce Cotton is David Junior at the moment?
Besides a connection with Providence College, I'm not quite sure, but he's very aware after film this week.
And how are you guys feeling going into this game against Bryce?
Yeah, look, Bryce is a heavy piece of their team, but we talked about this morning. If you just purely focus on him, they have other damaging players. So we're obviously respecting Bryce for who he is, but we also got to pay attention and respect the other players on their roster.
Do you think it'll be a case of it'll always feel that a little bit different against him, but a side that's not him there? Or not really?
I'm sure in this first game there'll be a nice energy to it for sure. Guys that have been former teammates, but him also playing against his old club, there will be a lot of emotion into that. But as it goes on, I think that'll dissolve.
Talk about a lot of emotion. You expecting Bryce to bring some extra edge and some extra sort of motivation into this game?
Oh, for sure. Any player that goes against their own club, no matter what circumstances you leave the club under, you always want to perform well.
What did you make of Adelaide's game last night or yesterday?
Look, they were there's a reason their record is their record in the fourth quarter. They commanded that fourth quarter. They did the same thing against Illawarra a couple games before that. So they're very comfortable in their skin with who they are and how they go about winning games.
Do you see Bryce playing a different role this year? Is there anything about his game this season that you've seen is different?
No.
No.
It's just the same stuff. Maybe Mike Wells stole a few of our actions that were successful for him.
Does Sunday get a role with him? I know he's been on managed minutes.
Yeah.
You've got to, I know you can't give everything away, but plan in place.
Definitely, there's going to be different guys getting assignments for Bryce throughout the game. And Sunday's very familiar with that. That's a role he's accustomed to previously with the teams he's been on opposing Bryce. So, Sunday we'll get some time there.
Do you feel better prepared for Bryce? Obviously, you've coached him for a couple of years, so you come to the game. You sort of know what to expect.
You certainly know what to expect, but on the flip side, he'll know what to expect from us. So it'll be a nice little chess game early on in the game.
Obviously, he takes up a fair amount of your attention in the build-up as well. I'm sure, but has it been a bit different? Do you lean on Bryce in terms of motivational aspect, or is it just another game for you guys?
It's another game for us. We have to worry about the guys in the Perth Wildcat jerseys and how we're building as a team. We've had a couple very close disappointing losses, so we got some things we need to address ourselves so we can perform better in the fourth quarter.
You've had a couple of injuries and boys coming back from injuries. Do you feel it's all sort of coming together now in terms of where you want them to be?
It is. Now, my job is to fast track that, but then also not get impatient with it. And that's the beauty of our schedule right now. We get to go on the road, and I think there's a nice rhythm to us being on the road and the way we attack it so far.
Noah, not out there today. You expecting to attack him this weekend? Do you have any update there?
Excuse me?
Noah, not out there today. Is there any update on him?
No comment.
I was going to ask you about Jesse.
Yeah.
He's been coughing a couple of knocks the last few weeks. Is he really feeling his age at the moment? Is there a chance that sometime during the season you might have to rest him or may rest him?
Look, the way Jesse plays, he puts himself in those situations. The way I look at it, it's getting out of the way with here early in the season versus sporadically throughout. It's amazing what he does with his body to perform at the level that he does. And unfortunately for him, he's been on the receiving end of some bad knocks.
Speaking of statesmen, I understand you celebrated your birthday this week. Mark asked me not to ask you how old you turned, but hoping to celebrate your birthday with a win.
My birthday was at the beginning of the week, so I've moved on from it. So whether it was my birthday or not, I would want to celebrate a win.
We saw you dropping some nice three-pointers yesterday as well. Are you enjoying that? Doing the shoot around with JLA at the end?
Just a little reminder to the guys.